Welcome to Worklifecyber. Today I am going to talk to you guys about my experience writing the certified cybersecurity certification exam, and your girl passed. So I'm going to walk you through the process. And guys, if you don't know what certified cybersecurity certificate is, please watch previous videos or Google it, or really go to ISC.com, ISC2.com, or ISC2.com and look for it. So what ISC is doing, and I don't know whether it's just this year or so, they're aiming at granting 100 million candidates free certification in introductory cybersecurity course, which will look great on your resume, even if you're not going to focus on cybersecurity itself per se. It will still look great whether you're doing compliance. In fact, some CPAs can actually benefit in it as well. So my thinking is that it's free. So give it a shot. If you don't pass, or if you don't go through, you still have the resources. They give you free material to learn, and they give you for your studies. And then they give you a voucher to go write the exam for free. I'm going to go into details very shortly. And I will say in my experience, it was nice to know the things that they gave for free. It was all you need is the material they are providing. Still go in for the free material because it's really, is informative. It has a lot of information on there. So, and I read through all of it. Even though some of them I'm like, oh, I know this, I still read through all of it. It's not videos. It's all reading materials. They do have a few illustrations here, but it's mainly a read material. So and at the end of every course, it's 5 courses because they have 5 domains. Or 4 domains. No, they have 5 domains. I forgot already. And for all the domains, they have a lot of information. So you finish one domain, you go to the next. You don't have to finish domain number 1 to go to domain number 2, because for instance, I lack understanding in networking. I've been meaning to delve very deeply into it, because if you've watched previous videos, I told you how smart my boss is and sounds, and I highly think it's because he took a lot of networking courses, and then he was I think the head of the networking department at the company or previous company or something, because he understands risk all in all, so, and I feel like that. Anyway, let me not digress. It's in my previous videos. So let me tell you the process. You go on ISC Square, you you do all the registration. If you don't know how to, Google it or go and see my previous videos. I won't say I will link it because you all know I'm going to post this as is and keep it pushing. So, and then maybe I will because I'm feeling good. It's Christmassy and anyway, so you register, and then I started doing it. They give you 6 months to study the material and write the exam. And I took all 6 months of it because I'm busy until they send me an email and they're like, you have 30 days and then your material will expire. Your resources or something like that will expire. So the first thing I did was I went online and I registered for the exam because they give you free voucher. I didn't have time to read to see if you had the 6 months includes having the voucher, but I think after the fact that you just have to book schedule to go and write the exam. That doesn't expire. They want 1 million people. So after 1 million, I think they are going to cut it. I think after 1 million or sometime June next year, they're just going to stop. But and you will pay to get that. So I'm telling you, it's going to be like $300 to $600 just to get the material and register for the certificate. So do it now, okay? Don't let it expire. What do you lose? It's free now. So even if you don't have time, lock it in, and what do you lose? It's free. So anyway, so I quickly, with that 30 days, I went online and started going through the resources, and I did pretty good. I went through all of it except for domain 5, because by that time, my thing was really expiring and there was no time. Hold on. I hear one of the kids coming. Sorry. I guess I will edit this one and if you're hearing this, it means I didn't edit. Sorry. One of the kids was calling my name. Anyway, so I used technically 1 month to prepare, but you don't have to. I used all 6 months because I wasn't even reading. I'm like, oh, I have time. Oh, I have time. You know how it is. Until they told me that it was going to expire. I'm like, oh. Yeah. And in that 6 months, every once in a while I'll hop on and do a page or two. But I'm telling you, if you commit to it, you can use 3 to 4 weeks to finish this whole thing. I promise you. It's engaging, and to me, I was intrigued. So I enjoyed reading it over and over again. And after every domain, every course, they give you a practice exam to go through. And throughout, they give you quizzes here and there. But after you finish the whole thing, then you write like a practical 100 kind of questions with this, with what you've learned. I didn't get the opportunity to do that one, but all the quizzes that I did, and then they give you an overall exam, which is also structured the way you would see it in at the real exams, but it's not the same questions. In fact, it's easier on the website, and the practice tests are easier than the main exam, in my opinion. So don't be fooled. Do it for practice, but don't waste time on it. If you are cramped with time, don't read other things and move on. It was so easy. The confidence I had when I got to the exam room, I was like, easy. I got this. I mean, I flagged the thing. The practice questions I would skim through so quickly and passed. But when I go to the exam room, anyway, let me not joke around. But so study the material is all you need. Now, once you go through the material at each domain, if you think it's confusing, I suggest you go to YouTube, go to ISC2 website. They have a lot of free resources. Once you sign up for this CC exam, CC is certified in cybersecurity. Once you sign up for it, you have free 1 year of ISC2 membership. Membership for ISC2 is I think $50. I don't know. I'm already a member. No, I'm not a member in ISC2. But if you have any certification in ISC2, then you don't have to pay it. You're already paying it. So, yeah. But you get free whilst you study and write the exam. You get free for the year you study for. So if you register now, you probably get it for next year. And then after that, I think it's $50 a year. I don't know. It's not that expensive. So don't let that deter you. All these places, ISACA, CompTIA, or CompTIA, or CompShare, ISC2, all these places, you have to pay for it. So it's the same thing. You have to pay for dues, membership. So anyway, but this certified in cybersecurity is completely free. You don't even have to become a member of ISC2 when you're done. But I highly recommend you become a member so that you can, kind of keep up with all your certifications and things like that. But story for another day. If you have any questions about all these memberships, let me know. I will try my best and answer. So on that day, which is it was a Saturday morning, I went there. I got up in the morning. No, I got up on Thursday morning. Yes, Thursday morning. And I'm like, let me just quickly go through it and get myself ready. I don't like stress when I'm writing exams. So I went online and I realized that when your thing expires, access to all the resources is cut. You will not see it. You will not be able to print it. After every domain, they have all the resources summarized. I don't even think it's a summary. The transcript that you download. I downloaded the first domain. I downloaded the second domain. The third, fourth, and fifth, I got lazy and figured if they are allowing me to download, then it must be free. It must be there forever. No. So download it. That's another caution I'm giving you. Download it. The first thing you do is download all of them, even before that 6 months ends, because once the 6 months ends, you can't have access to any of the resources, even if you haven't written your certification exam yet. So download it all. In fact, I have a few friends that I'm going to contact. If they do it, they should download it and send it to me, because it's great material. Even if you don't write the exam, the material is great for your knowing and your research. So please register. It is free. Anyway, so that freaked me out a little bit, but I'm like, it's okay. So I downloaded, I went through all the domain 1 and the domain 2 resources, the ones that I downloaded before I got lazy and stopped downloading, which doesn't make any sense, because it literally, at the end of the day, it tells you download transcript and you click on it. So I don't know why I got lazy. But so then life happened. Even though I had only 24 hours or a little over 24 hours to go write this exam, I scheduled it very early in the morning because I'm busy. So now at this point, I told myself, you know what, I don't have any other resources. I have other certifications, and their resources, the resources I can read here and there. But then I started stressing and I stopped, and I just gave in and told myself, it is what it is. It is what it is. Because it's free, first of all. It's introductory, and I probably don't need it because I have higher certifications. So anyway, so I went to the exam center. And another thing, you cannot write it online. It's highly, it's only in person. And I think one reasoning behind it is that it's introductory. So chances are the people who are writing it are very new to this thing and may need help, questions here and there, haven't taken exam before, these type of exams before. So you need to be monitored. Monitored. So, but I could be wrong. But that's one of the reasons. I think that's one of the reasons. So you go in person. So I went in person. The people were, I went to Pearson, VUE, and then they were very nice. They tried to make you feel like, hey, it's just a time, relax. So I went to sit there and started going through it. One thing I noticed with all the exams I have done, you can go back and review. You can flag exams. You can flag to come back and review. You can leave it empty and come back to answer if you don't know. No. Once you click number 1, answer is A. The moment you click next, you're done with number 1. You're not going back to say, oh, you know how sometimes some exam, the answer is in another question down the road. Nope, you won't get the opportunity to go back, which gave me anxiety and all. So you have to answer the question as you go. The good news is it's 100 questions and they give you 2 hours. I'm a very slow reader, and I am saying it's enough. So you can take your time, think about it, and I truly answer it the way you answer it, because the moment you hit next, you won't be able to go back and make any edits. And in that too, I think the questions were more practical. The reason I probably passed was that at that moment, I'm like, come with me, this is free. The pressure wasn't there because it was free. Like, if you're writing any exam and you've paid $700 for it, guy, it's like, that alone can make you forget things. So I went through all the questions. I did drink coffee. I don't drink coffee because I am wired to be awake. When it's night, I sleep. And when it's day, I am wide awake. So when I drink coffee, it means I really need extra boost. So I wasn't sleepy or anything, which is usually the case in most of my exam. If an exam is more than 20 questions, I will feel sleepy in the middle of the thing. So I went and then I went through all of it, and I wasn't sure for a lot of them. So I'm like, this is embarrassing. But when I finished, and when you finish in-person exam, they now tell you, oh, you're done. They didn't tell me I was passed. They said, go to the reception, the front, and for your results. And I'm like, now everybody is going to know that I didn't pass. But when they print it and it comes covered, so they don't see it. Yeah, right. What did you click to print? They don't see it. and then they lift it and give it to you face down. So I didn't want to open it in front of all of them for them to see my reaction. So I walked out to the front door, and then I opened it. I'm like, yes. Then they said, congratulations, because I guess they heard me say yes. I was so nervous. I don't know how I did it. I don't know. It has to be God. It has to be the Almighty God, because I was expecting, unfortunately, that feeling was so good. It was like, congratulations, we want to say you're the newest member, something. I should have read it. I have it right there, but I don't want to leave the screen and go grab it. Anyway, so it's the best feeling. The whole of Saturday, I was pumped. I'm like, bring on the next exam. No, I'm kidding, because I do have another certificate that I have to study for 2024. Where I work, the company I work for, they kind of give you one certificate a year. I am so grateful for it. If I stay here for 10 years, yes, I will have 10 certifications. Why not? If it's free, that's my whole thing. If it's free, then, and including the upkeep. So they may, because they have a cap, they may pay for the yearly fees. Now, if I have 10 certifications from 2 boards or 2, what are they called, companies, let's say ISACA and ISC2, then you're not really paying for all these ones. You're just paying the membership fees plus $50 for each certification. And if you have a company that's paying, why not? And if the company is not paying, even if the company is not paying, the value you get for going through that free process, because you learn when you study very hard for these things, and you learn a lot of things when you're doing a certification exam. So you get it, and if you can't pay it, you still don't lose the knowledge you have. You just lose your membership. So guys, always measure value, okay? Don't let money stop you. Of course, unless, there are issues, you can't afford it, all these things, your budget. But anyway, so, and I'm not a certification junkie at all. The reason I have these ones is, 1, this is free, and 2, my company will be paying for the one I'm about to study for. So why not? If it wasn't for the fact that the company is paying for it, I probably wouldn't have gotten any certifications. It's exhausting. I cannot come and kill myself. Anyway, so that was it. I think I've said everything. And then when they give you the letter saying that you've passed, and then they're going to now send you an email to say that they did the audit, they checked to make sure, and so yes, truly, you can apply for the certification. When you apply for the certification, now you become a certified cybersecurity analyst. So it's introductory course, so you cannot apply for senior position with this. You have to, it's entry positions you will get, but it still looks good, because sometimes these job boards, they are looking for ISC2 members, and meaning they trust them so much. Whatever certification that you want, they want. They know you've gone through some studying. It was 100 questions, and the pass grade mark is 700. So you pass, is 700 and above, you have passed. Below 700, you have failed. You need to write again. Another thing I will mention, I don't know how true this is, but I read that if you fail your second one, you may have to pay for it. Yeah, so they're only giving you one shot to pass. So please study. And all you need is the material. Study the material, read the material, and you will be fine. Let me know how your journey is. If you've written it already, let me know if you used any other material. If you haven't written it already and you're now studying for it, let me know if this video was helpful to you. And if you are in the fence thinking about it, I'll say go for it. You don't lose anything, you don't lose not even a dime. Go for it, get access to the free material, download what you want, and then who knows, you may pass like I did. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. It just makes me know that you are trying to be better at something. And subscribe, hit the notification button, and let's learn together. All right. Bye.